Are you preparing Form I-134, which is the Declaration of Financial Support, and want to avoid common mistakes? Here, we'll answer the most frequently asked questions about completing Form I-134 for cases like the fiancé visa or humanitarian parole to ensure a smooth and successful submission for your immigration process. Stay tuned for experienced tips that can make all the difference. Welcome to Direct U.S. Immigration's channel, where you get direct access to our most up-to-date immigration and global mobility space. I am an immigration attorney with almost a decade's worth of experience, and today we're here to answer your questions. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Matreya Brown, and I am a U.S. immigration attorney based in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. I am also the principal attorney at Direct U.S. Immigration, where we work with clients in all 50 states and around the world. Before we start, click on the like and subscribe button to follow our Immigration Hub to get the latest immigration information that could be vital to your case. And also, be sure to stick around until the end to get 3 bonus tips on how to prepare a successful Form I-134 application. So what is Form I-134? So Form I-134, which is that, affidavit of support, is used by a U.S. sponsoring party to demonstrate financial capability to support an immigrant. It's a declaration to the U.S. government that the sponsor can financially support the intending immigrant if necessary. Now, who needs to submit Form I-134? So typically, the form is needed for individuals seeking to sponsor a prospective non-immigrant applying for a visa. Now, this form is most commonly used for a K-1 fiancé visa case or a humanitarian parole request. Why is financial evidence required? So financial evidence is necessary to assure the U.S. government that the foreign national will not become reliant on financial support from government services upon arrival in the United States. What types of financial documents should be submitted with Form I-134? So the sponsor must provide financial evidence such as tax transcripts or returns, bank statements, pay stubs, and a letter from their employer verifying their employment. These documents prove the sponsor has sufficient income or financial resources. How much income is required to support an affidavit of support? So the sponsoring individual must demonstrate they meet or exceed 100% of the U.S. federal poverty guideline for the sponsor's household size. This ensures financial capability. Can assets be used to qualify? And what is considered an asset? So yes, assets such as real estate, stocks, bonds, and other possessions can be used if income is insufficient. The assets should be detailed and documented clearly to substitute income requirements. However, assets are calculated a little differently. So the value of assets is calculated by considering their liquidation value. So for example, how much they would be worth if converted to cash, and whether they can be readily accessed or used to support the visa applicant. So for example, savings accounts and stocks are easy to calculate because you should report the current balance or value at the time of submitting Form I-134. However, real estate is a bit different. So if you own property, you should report the equity of the property, which is the current market value of the property minus any mortgage or loan amounts owed on the property. Once you have the value of your assets, it should be 5 times the difference between your annual income and the income required to meet the 100% threshold. So for example, if you are required to earn $30,000 annually and you currently earn $27,000, the difference between those two figures is $3,000. If you multiply that difference of $3,000 times 5, the result is $15,000. So $15,000 is what you need to show in assets. Do I need a lawyer to prepare Form I-134? So although hiring an attorney to fill out Form I-134 is not required, consulting with an immigration lawyer can provide guidance on complex financial matters and help prevent errors that might lead to an application delay or denial. Now, what should I do if I don't meet the financial requirements? So consider seeking a joint sponsor who will also submit another Form I-134, providing supplemental financial evidence on your behalf. Where do I file Form I-134? So the form is usually submitted along with the foreign national's visa application. Filing instructions can vary depending on where the individual is applying, so checking specific USCIS, embassy, or consulate requirements is essential. How can I check the status of my affidavit of support? So if filed with USCIS, you can check the case status using the USCIS online portal or contact them by phone. Having your receipt number handy will facilitate the process. What happens if there are changes to my financial situation after submitting Form I-134? You must report any significant changes in financial status to USCIS, as it might affect the review process. Prompt communication is crucial in maintaining credibility and ensuring the application process remains smooth. So as promised, here's 3 bonus tips that you may not know to help you prepare a successful Form I-134. First is to provide comprehensive financial evidence. So while Form I-134 requires basic financial information, it's beneficial to provide additional evidence to demonstrate that you have sufficient financial resources to support the intending immigrant. The USCIS and consular officers reviewing your application will want to see a clear picture of your financial stability. Along with the form, consider including your recent pay stubs, so the last 3 to 6 months, bank statements showing ongoing balances over several months, not just a one-time high balance, tax returns or W-2 forms, usually for the most recent 1 to 3 years, employment verification letter, so from your employer detailing your position, salary, and length of employment on letterhead. Now, these additional documents reinforce your ability to provide financial support. Number 2 is ensure consistency across forms. So if you're filing Form I-134 along with other immigration forms such as Form I-485, which is the adjustment of status, or Form I-864, which is the affidavit of support, make sure that all the financial details are consistent across all forms. Inconsistencies in income, employment, or other financial information could raise red flags or lead to requests for evidence, also known as RFEs, that can delay the process. Double check all financial data, so income figures, employment dates, etc., to make sure it matches across all forms. And third is to prepare for follow-up questions at the embassy. So if the embassy is applying for a visa abroad, the consular officer may request additional details or documents during the visa interview based on the financial support provided in Form I-134. Be prepared by ensuring the beneficiary has copies of all financial documentation you provided with Form I-134. So for example, the tax returns and supporting tax documents such as the W-2 or 1099s, pay stubs, bank statements, etc. Briefing the beneficiary on your financial situation so that they are aware of what you submitted in case any clarifications are needed. Now, these additional steps help ensure the consular officer feels confident in your ability to provide financial support. By going beyond the basics and following these bonus tips, you'll be better prepared to demonstrate your financial capacity and avoid unnecessary delays or denials. So thanks for tuning in today. Be sure to check out the caption below this video. We've got questionnaires for different types of visas so that we can help you determine which visa is most appropriate for you. And if you're traveling soon, we also have a list of some of my travel favorites. So I hope you found this video helpful. Subscribe if this content or information helps you in any way. Comment below if you want me to talk about something specific, and share this resource widely because you never know who needs answers to these questions. Lastly, if you have any specific questions about this video as they pertain to your unique circumstances, please schedule a consultation with us, also at the link below, and I'll see you in the next video.